for the heart. Red wine is, but it's not 2 bottles at a time.
The body has a very good way of telling you when it has a need, so we need to pay attention to our body. Welcome to Live Healthy with Dorcas Ukwe. My name is Dorcas Ukwe, and thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for logging on to Benue Television. All right, Live Healthy with Dorcas Ukwe. We always talk about very exciting things. If you've been following us, by the way, get your friends to follow us on Benue Television, because it's the only program like it in the whole state. All right, I'm not making it up, it's the truth. All right, let's get started. As you know, I always start with water. All right, because we just never drink enough water. There are people who actually overconsume water, but the percentage of those people, the percentage is very few, just very small. People who overconsume water, overhydrate, as we say it. But most of us don't drink enough water. And so I recommend that you drink water at least 6 to 8 ounces in the morning before you eat anything. All right? And then 6 to 8 ounces before you go to bed. Don't drink it just before you go to bed. At least 30 minutes to an hour before you go to bed. Okay? Give yourself a chance. If you want to go urinate, go pee, you can do that before you go to bed. That way you might not have to wake up in the middle of your sleep when you're thoroughly enjoying it and have to get up and go pee. But water is life. We don't drink enough of it. There is water in some foods, but it's not enough for us not to drink water by itself. Okay? It's water. No labels. Okay? It can be anybody's water, made by anybody. Just water. Okay? H2O. Water. All right. Okay, so today we're living in these times, these economic times. And I don't need to tell you that times are tough. If you've been to the market, you know what's going on. If you've been to the gas station, you drive, you need to fill up or buy fuel, period, you know what's going on. If you've traveled, you know what's going on. Things are very, very tough. Okay? For almost all of us. Almost. There are people that probably don't feel it, but most of us, we feel what's going on. So in these tough economic times, how do we continue to eat healthy? I know there's some of you watching out there that have diabetes, some of you watching who have high blood pressure, hypertension, some of you watching who have chronic kidney disease, CKD, some of you watching who might even be on dialysis. Some of you watching who might have cancer. Some of you watching who might have medical problems and don't even know it because we don't test. All right? It's always good to test. See a doctor, get some tests done at least once a year, and so that we'll know our status is. All right? So how do you eat healthy in these tough economic times? What do we do? What do we eat? Do we continue to do the same thing? Eat the same foods, same amounts? Do we buy processed as opposed to local? What do we do? Well, stay tuned. Don't log off. Don't go away. Don't tune off. Stay connected. We'll be right back. number one, carbohydrates are the main source of energy for the body.
Great food, but when you overconsume it, it just raises your blood sugar.
The beauty about fiber is because you have to excrete it, it helps you to have bowel movements.
Wine is good for the heart. Red wine is, but it's not 2 bottles at a time.
The body has a very good way of telling you when it has a need, so we need to pay attention to our body. My name is Dorcas Ukwe, and I just talked about water, okay? And I have another liquid in my hand. Yeah, it's a liquid. It's milk. All right, it's milk. How many of us are able to just go out there and buy some milk? And you know, a serving size of milk, it's not a whole lot of milk. 6 to 8 ounces of milk, about this size. Some of you watching might have some cattle somewhere, or know somebody who has cattle. I'm making a special plea. If you do, please ranch them. Ranch the cattle, feed them on the ranch, fatten them up, so that we can start getting fresh milk, even here in Benue State. There are a couple of places I hear that you have cattle that they can milk. It's not enough. It's not enough because as we speak, our children here in Benue State are malnourished, are stunted. Stunting is at about 30%. It mirrors the nation. And malnutrition is between 20 and 30%. And so we need all the protein we can get. We need all the calcium, the phosphorus, all of that we can get for our kids. And one of the best sources is milk. And you get milk from cattle. And when you ranch the cattle, then you can fatten them up, milk them. And by the way, anybody out there that has a lot of money, please go and establish a dairy processing facility for us, so that when we milk the cattle, we can take it to the dairy processing facility. Then we can get fresh milk made that is safe. We can get cheese. We can get yogurt. We can get all those things. Okay. So it's time for us to ranch for the benefit of our bodies, for our health, not for anything else, for our health. Okay? All right. So portion sizes. I've been talking about portion sizes every time I come on. Some of you watching might have a little more weight than you want even now. Most people have lost a good amount of weight because we're not eating as much as we used to, because food is very expensive. Very, very expensive. I'm going to go from processed to fresh. This is the time where we need to stay away from a lot of the processed foods. Why? Every single processed food has something added to it that we don't need, our bodies don't need. Okay? We process food so that we can keep it longer, to prevent us from getting hungry and not finding food. Okay? So we process food. It's good to process food. All right? I have samples of processed food here. I just bought these when I traveled, so please don't mind the brand names. I couldn't cover it. This is processed broccoli. Okay? Broccoli. This is processed crispy broccoli. All right? You can just eat it as a snack. It's processed. And so it's convenient. If you're hungry, you need a snack, broccoli is a vegetable. So you know that it's packed with vitamins and minerals. It has a little bit of carbohydrate as well, but vitamins and minerals. It even has fiber. You know, remember I told you fiber, you don't digest fiber. When you consume it, you must excrete it. And so it's really, really good, keeps you regulated. Okay? Crispy okra, a snack, okra. Many of us use okra one way here. We make soup out of it. We eat pounded yam or semon, something like that. This is crispy okra. it's a snack. You can just open it, take it, and eat it. Again, it's packed with vitamins and minerals, and also fiber. All right. Some of us just don't pay enough attention to that fiber. The name fiber, what fiber is. But I keep talking about it because it keeps you regulated and it prevents you from getting sick. So, okra, it's a snack, crispy okra, right? Watermelon, okay? Watermelon, Jackie, is a snack. It's dried watermelon, okay? We eat watermelon one way here, but there are different ways of eating watermelon. You can have watermelon sliced and eaten. You can have watermelon juice, but guess what? You can have dried watermelon. Again, packed with fiber. That's a good amount of carbohydrates. It's sweet naturally, but it's good for you. Portion control. Okay? All right, dried pineapple. Okay? Again, we eat pineapple here. We either eat it, cut it up and eat it, or pineapple juice. But you can also have dried pineapple and eat it as a snack. Okay? Portion control is that portion sizes, again, packed with fiber, vitamins, minerals. All right? It has carbohydrates. It's sweet naturally, and so it's also good. Okay? Believe it or not, green beans. Green beans. Some of us don't even buy green beans, but I planted green beans here. I ate from it. We ate from it every single day. Harvest green beans. Okay, it's a snack, and so there's so much that we can do with food to make it available to us, so we can eat it whenever we need it. Bread, all right, like bread. Okay, oranges, broccoli. This is beef. This is a piece of beef. Again, you can only get this beef if we ranch our cattle. Okay? This is just about food security and about nutrition. Milk, beef, cheese. I have cheese somewhere. Piece of cheese somewhere. Our children need these so they can grow and not be stunted and not be malnourished. And again, the portion sizes are so small. You don't need to drink a whole lot of milk to get the needed amount of calcium, the needed amount of protein, phosphorus, and a whole lot of other vitamins and minerals. Okay? It's just a good way, a healthy way to maintain agriculture. And so that's really, really important. So portion sizes, again, like this is 1 cup. This is 8 ounces. 236 meals, 8 ounces. So this is a serving size of milk. You have milk here, it's a serving. Okay, so the quantity needed is not a whole lot. When it's packed with nutrients, we don't need a whole lot of quantities. The problem we have here, what we're experiencing, is we don't have rich sources, assorted resources of protein. Sources of protein are your beef, cattle, chicken, fish, pigs, pork, sheep, goats. All right, these are the sources of protein that we have. And so you go to buy chicken now, it's quite expensive. One piece of chicken, one leg, will cost you in the neighborhood of, prepared, cost you in the neighborhood of 1,000 naira. A whole chicken now, if you want to buy a whole chicken, is ranging between 10 and 20,000 naira, just one whole chicken. All right, portion size is not that big, but we have to make sure that we have this variety to eat healthy, even in these tough economic times. And let me tell you, some of you talk about 3 square meals. I don't know where you got that from. We don't have to eat 3 square meals a day, not even the children. If the nutrients are there. If the foods that we're selecting are nutrient dense. 2 meals are great. Kids, you drop a snack in between, it will be really, really good. Can you imagine giving a kid watermelon jerky with a cup of milk? That would be a great snack. But we're on our way there. Or a slice of watermelon and a glass of milk. All right? So that's more of the processed. Okay? Don't go away. When we come back, we're going to talk about the fresh, the local. What do we have here locally that can help us eat healthy in these tough economic times? We can supplement a little bit with the process, but we'll come back and talk local. Don't go away. Number one, carbohydrates are the main source of energy for the body.
Great food, but when you overconsume it, it just raises your blood sugar.
The beauty about fiber is because you have to excrete it, it helps you to have bowel movements.
Wine is good for the heart. Red wine is, but it's not 2 bottles at a time.
The body has a very good way of telling you when it has a need, so we need to pay attention to our body. Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us on Benue Television. My name is Dorcas Ukwe, and this is Live Healthy with Dorcas Ukwe. Today we're talking about eating healthy in these tough economic times. Okay? I promise that when I come back, we're going to talk local. Okay? So, what's available locally? Yes, who? Yes, who? I just got these. They can give you some for 500 naira, and then they can give you another set for 1,000 naira. It's called the African pear. I know you know what it is because the African pear is available now on corn. So a lot of us are eating it, combining it, mixing it up, and it's a great combination. It tastes good. You can eat it. You know, some people eat it by itself. Some eat it with peanuts. Okay, peanuts are really also available now. They're boiled, so some people eat it with boiled peanuts. I don't think many of you have ever Googled or bothered to look at the nutritional value of the African pear. It's packed with really, really, really good oils. Okay, it's got fiber. There we go again, fiber. It's got fiber, it's got phosphorus, it's got potassium, it's got a little bit of protein, but it's very nutritious. You combine that with corn, you know, you have to be very careful because these are 2 foods that contain a lot of fiber. Corn has a lot of fiber, and the African pear does. They complement each other. This is yellow, this is purple, and so the color is so beautiful. Nutritionally, it's a great combination. So even if you combine with corn or with peanuts, groundnuts, you know what I mean, it's really, really good. For the most part, it's a good snack. Okay, but you can make a meal out of the African pear. You can make a beautiful salad, mix it with other vegetables. I'll save that for next time. Many of you have never thought of doing that. And then a great friend of mine extracted beautiful, beautiful oil from the African pear. If you're watching and you know how to do that, do it. Because the oil from the African pear, it's really, really good oil. Okay, it's really good. It's comparable to olive oil. if you know what olive oil is. It's very comfortable. So it's really good. It's local. It's available now. A whole lot that's available now. A serving size, I would say that 2 small ones. Okay. If you have a big one, 1 whole big one, and the corn shouldn't be too big. Okay. If the corn is bigger than this, half it. Cut it in half and share it with somebody. Again, this is time to share food a lot because it's costing so much to buy food, and so it's great time to share with our friends. Now, I have a lot of leaves here, and believe it or not, I bought the African pear. This is from my farm. My husband went to the village yesterday and got these from our farm. So we have orange and orchard. This is mine. Okay, I didn't buy it. So let me talk to you about what's local here and what we can do with it. Look at these. I got this from my yard as well. This is soursop leaves. You can Google it, and you can find amazing uses of soursop leaves. The soursop fruit is great. The leaves are packed with healing nutrients, lots of vitamins, lots of minerals, and you know, a lot of people that have suffered from cancer swear by the soursop leaf. So you don't have to wait to be sick to use it for tea. I drink coffee. A lot of times I'll give up my coffee to boil soursop leaves in the morning and drink it. I usually combine it with mango leaves. So mango, you just don't eat the mango fruit alone. The leaves are really, really important to make your tea. And when I just want to pack it up, I also add the avocado leaves from my yard. I got all this. These are avocado leaves. All right, mix it up, and then sometimes I even add lemongrass. It's all from my yard. And so when I tell you about eating healthy, I'm not just talking. I am walking the talk. I live it, and I have to share it with you to make sure that even in these tough economic times, you can stay healthy. You can, take a break from the regular tea, whether it's Lipton or whatever tea you have. Take a break from it and boil these and drink it in the morning. Okay? It's great for your health. It's got vitamins. You get your phosphorus, your potassium from these leaves boiled together. The immune building leaves, when you boil them and consume them. I will make it bold to even add ginger. I do add ginger to mine when I drink it. But these are available locally. If you have a neighbor that has these, you can just borrow, get some, ask for some and boil it. There are mango leaves everywhere. Avocado, unless you plant it, there's some people who have avocado trees that you can also get. Soursop, a lot of people also have it. Our organization is pushing to plant trees again. We usually partner with the churches and schools and plant trees. So we're going to go back to planting trees again. And one of the trees that we're really particular about planting is soursop. It's very nutritious, and also avocado. Okay, now let me rush through this. Guess what this is? This is bitter leaf. All right, from my yard. Awesome. You just wash it and cook it with sesame seed. You blend sesame seed and you can cook it with it, or melon, egusi, melon. You can cook it with These two here are also from my yard. Okay, you take a guess. You know what this is? How about this? You know what these are? You know, we don't have to go far to eat healthy. And believe it or not, some of you watching take a lot of vitamins. Some of you spend money on a lot of vitamins. And guess what? A lot of these vitamins, the key ingredient of the vitamin, if it's done right, is from these plants. But the thing is, they go ahead and they add preservatives to them. And some of the preservatives we don't need. They actually make us sick, you know, and we don't know that we're sick. We don't know that it's the vitamins we're taking, is the pills that we're taking that are making us sick. So, you know, I always use this opportunity to talk to the medical doctors out there, the physicians. If you're a physician listening, or you're listening and you know a physician, I'm always pleading with the physicians to refer their patients. If you have a patient who is diabetic, patient who is hypertensive, you have a patient who is suffering from heart disease, have a patient who has a combination of hypertension and diabetes, signs of kidney disease, chronic kidney disease, you have a patient who needs to lose weight, you have a patient who needs to gain weight, I am asking, pleading that you refer them to a dietitian. Sometimes some of you call them nutritionists, a trained dietitian. You know, nutrition is a science. It's not what you think. It's a science. Okay? And so I plead that. And so if you hearing me, pass that information to our doctors out there. But portion control is very important. And 2 meals a day, and they don't have to be large meals for us to eat healthy. It's what we're mixing with what we're eating. And so I always suggest that the vegetables, you eat 2 servings of vegetables with your meal. If you're eating pound of yam, semon, 2 servings, 2 cups. Okay, half a cup is a serving of vegetable. If it's a fruit, you know, 1 orange, half a banana, or a banana, that's good enough for a day. So you get 2 servings of the fruit, 3 of the vegetables, so mix it up, and it's pretty good. Drinks, before I go away, many of us are drinking a lot of alcohol. There's a lot of depression, there's a lot of stress, there's a lot of anger, there's a lot of frustration. Okay, alcohol has just a whole bunch of carbohydrates. That's basically, it has that in form of alcohol. There's alcohol in it, packed with carbohydrate, and it makes you drowsy. It doesn't solve the problem. So I plead that we cut back from how much alcohol we're drinking. Many of the bottles of alcohol, like beer, are about this size. Some people consume 2 to 3, some more a day. Our children are watching what we're doing. So I know times are tough. We all know that. But we need to cut back. Because when we cut back on drinking alcohol, we save money as well. But portion control, variety is the key. And we really need to eat local. We don't have to eat imported, even if it's rice. We have locally made rice. We have local foods that we need to eat to, you know, for our own economy to grow. We need to patronize. We need to consume locally produced foods. So, again, you know, time flies when you're having fun. The African pear is available. It's local. It's healthy. Get your oranges, vitamin C, and all that good stuff. So, you know, when you start sneezing, go to your oranges. All right. This is Live Healthy with Dorcas Ukwe. We can stay healthy in economic times, and so I wish all of us the best. If it's Thursday, 5 p.m., we meet right here on Benue Television. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for logging on. Number 1, carbohydrates are the main source of energy for the body.
Great food, but when you overconsume it, it just raises your blood sugar.
The beauty about fiber is because you have to excrete it, it helps you to have bowel movements.
Wine is good for the heart. Red wine is, but it's not 2 bottles at a time.
The body has a very good way of telling you when it has a need, so we need to pay attention to our body.